Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I am starting a new video series. I mentioned this in my last video, but I am one of those people who read magazines and then I see a recipe and rip out that page going, yep, I'm gonna try that one day. Well, guess what? Today is the day, because I have a whole drawer stacked full of magazine pages. Just pages, pages and pages and pages, like hundreds, I reckon. So today I am going to do, and I'm going to call this series Melanie's Test Kitchen, because I am testing out these recipes to see if they're good, if I can put them in my, I don't know, in my bucket of tricks for my boys to eat, whether they eat them, whether they don't. So today I'm going to start off with four recipes. So I got 3 dinners and 1 dessert. So, these recipes are from any book. So they could be from the Woolworths or Coles magazines that are free. It could be from the recipe books, the recipe magazines that you buy and rip out a page. They're from all over the shop. I'll try and show the recipe so you can screenshot it if you want to try it. I probably won't be linking it down below because some of these I don't even know where they're from. So the first one I'm going to try, well, one of the ones I'm going to try is this chicken and mushroom ragout. It does say with creamy polenta, but we'll have it, I don't know, maybe with pasta or something. But yeah, this one's from May 2017 from Recipes Plus. So that's it. I hope you got a bit of a screenshot if you want to try it. So yeah, creamy chicken and mushroom ragout. So that's one. I've also got this Curtis Stone, so that would have to be the Coles magazine. And this is Curtis Stone's crispy pork stir fry with baby broccoli. I don't know if I'll do the baby broccoli, but I'll definitely try the crispy pork. I've also got this Italian beef sausage macaroni. So this one's from Better Homes and Gardens magazine from May 2016. So this one's an oldie. But, so yeah, that's what it looks like. All these pages just ripped out. But yeah, so that is one also. Hopefully I've got the whole recipe. I think so. And then the last one, which is more of a dessert, is this chocolate caramel Anzac slice. So I'm from Australia and we have Anzac biscuits. They're like a biscuit that's made with rolled oats and really delicious. This one is a slice, so they made it like a rolled oat slice, put some chocolate on top. So that's another one I'm going to try. I might see if I can get the boys to come help me, see how adventurous I am. But yeah, so that is what we're doing in this video. I probably won't get all of them done in one day. I'll probably do it over a couple of days. But yeah, I'm going to show you me trying out these recipes, and I'm going to get the boys or the hubby or myself to have a taste. Note for those who are doing keto, I had a look and it's not too bad. You could probably adjust some of these recipes to be keto, or like the sausage macaroni, of course, that's got macaroni, it's not going to be keto. But yeah, so this is more for my boys and the hubby who are not on keto, but some of these can be adapted to be keto if you want them to be keto. If you are keen to see how I go with these recipes, then please keep on watching. If you want to be notified when these videos come up, then hit that subscribe button and the little bell as well, and that will send you a notification when I upload videos. Okay, so enough of me talking, let's get into testing these recipes. Okay guys, so the first recipe I'm starting off with is this chicken and mushroom ragout. Sorry it's a bit loud, it's a Saturday morning and I've got the laundry's right here, so yes. Thank you, laundry. So yeah, the first step in this one is to cook the chicken, and it's actually poaching the chicken. So I've got a deep pan here what I'm going to do is put my chicken into the pan, so no oil or anything. So I've got about 500 grams of chicken here. It doesn't say, it says to keep it full, so I'm just throwing the chicken in there. Then it says to cover with water. So cover with cold water. I'm just going to, and now I feel like this is not going to cover it all. Okay, I'm starting again. So in the recipe it says to put it in a high-sided frying pan. Mine wasn't high enough to cover the chicken, so I am going to put it in a pot, and I've got my 500 grams of chicken in there. It actually says 300, but I'm going to go with 5. And we're just going to poach it. So it just says to add cold water, bring to a simmer over moderate heat, reduce heat, simmer covered for 10 minutes. And then we're going to shred the chicken. So we're going to poach it and then shred it, and then we're going to be back. Okay, so I have got my chicken in the back here, poaching. Now I'm going to move on to the mushrooms. So it just says to put a tablespoon of olive oil in the pan. There we go, like olive oil. And then we're going to move on to the sliced mushrooms. So I have 200 grams of mushrooms that I've sliced up, and I'm going to add this to the pan. Now I'm just going to cook these for a few minutes just to get a bit of the rawness out of them. Just coat them in that oil so they don't stick to my pan, which I don't believe is a non-stick pan, which isn't cool. But mushrooms are pretty good. They've got a lot of, they like to suck up their moisture. Now it does say in here in the recipe to add parsley. I don't have parsley, so I'm going to skip that. Just going to let them cook for a little bit. And then it says to add garlic and cook for another minute. Then add the milk and the soup, and then put the chicken into the pan. So I've still got my chicken, is still, turn it up a little bit. So I had a big piece of chicken breast and it hasn't cooked properly yet. However, the little tenderloin bits had. So I recommend if you want to cook it quicker, just get the tenderloins, or maybe cut your chicken up a little bit smaller, and then it'll poach quicker. So I'm going to get my garlic and add that. Okay, so it says 2 cloves of garlic, so I'm going to go with 1 squirt and 2 squirts. I'm just going to give that a bit of a mix, let that cook for a minute. Okay, now I'm going to add the 1 cup of milk. I'm just going to turn the heat down a little bit. I'm just getting a bit high there. And I'm going to add, I've got half, it says to add half of 500 mils. This is 405, so I'm going to add about 3/4 of this. It's just a creamy chicken soup. So I've just got this one here. So I'm just going to add, you know what, I'm just going to add the whole thing. What am I going to do with half a can of soup? I'm not going to eat it. So I'm just going to stir this all up. So this recipe is really easy. It's not many ingredients. So for those that aren't too fancy in the kitchen like myself, this one is going to work well. So you don't have to make any roux or anything like that. It's already kind of thick with the soup. Okay, so this is pretty much it. I've got my milk and my soup in there. I'm going to add, so I've got some chicken here that is already ready. So this is the chicken that I've shredded up from the tenderloins that were in there. So I'm just going to add that. Because that's all ready to go. And then what you're going to do, once I have the other bits of chicken done, I'll add them in. And the chicken's going to thicken the sauce. Also going to let it simmer for another 15 minutes once I got the rest of the chicken in there. And then that will make it thicken up as well. So yeah, I'll see how my other chicken's going and see if I can shred that. Okay, so I've just chopped up the rest of my chicken breast that was in the in poaching. I don't like poaching. I don't know what I've done, but it's just like rubber. I think I've overcooked it or whatever. So I've just chopped it up and I'm going to put it into the soup, the creamy mixture, and just hope that it softens up while it's in there. So I'm going to cook this, simmer this for 15 minutes, and that will be that. Okay, so the creamy mushroom chicken ragout, I don't know, it's okay. I don't know if I'd have this in my regular rotation. I definitely would, don't forget to add salt and pepper. I don't know, I feel like it's missing something. Maybe if it's just with pasta, it might be okay. So this is going to be a dinner for the boys and the hubby this week. Hopefully I can put up how it goes with the pasta. Probably something like fettuccine or something like that. But yeah, it tastes okay, but I'm not a fan. I'm really not a fan of poaching chicken. It kind of grosses me out. But yeah, so this one is okay, but I don't think it's good enough to get into my regular rotation. So there's one magazine paper that I can throw out because I know that this is not good enough to make the cut. However, it is okay. So I'm going to put this in a container so that the boys can just warm it up in the middle of the week, cook some pasta, and then their dinner is ready to go. Okay, so the next magazine page I've got here is this Italian beef sausage macaroni. So basically it just looks like a kind of like a sausage stew with macaroni in it. So it looks pretty easy. I reckon the boys will like this one. So I've got my ingredients out here. The first thing I need to do is brown off my sausages and then cut them into 2cm bite sizes. So I'm going to go and do that, and then I'll come back and we'll go to the next step. Okay, so I've just finished cooking my sausages and I've just cut them up into bite-sized pieces. Now I'm just making the recipe calls for 4 cups of chicken stock. So I'm just using these stock cubes. So I've got 4 stock cubes in this little bit of water, and I'm just gonna kind of break them up a little bit, and then I'll make up the 4 cups of water for the recipe. But yeah, while I'm waiting for that to dissolve, I'm going to add my bacon and onion. So I've got, I think it was about 5 or 6 rashers of bacon. So I've got about 5 or 6 rashers of bacon in here and 1 white onion. It did actually say red onion, but my boys don't prefer the white onion, so I've gone with that. I'm just going to use all the oil and goodies that are still in the bottom of the pan from cooking the sausages. So I'm going to sweat them out, and then I'm going to add the rest of the ingredients. Okay, so my bacon and onion has been cooking for a few minutes. So now I'm going to add my 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. I've just got this one in a little squeezy bottle, and also 2 teaspoons of Italian herbs. So I've just got just like a name brand Italian herbs here. It does also say to add some dry white wine. I don't have this, so I'm just going to add water when it comes to adding water and the stock. So yeah, I'm just going to add the tomato paste and the herbs. And I'm just going to cook that for a little bit. teaspoon. I'm just going to give that a bit of a stir and let the tomato paste cook out for a little bit. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to add is the 2 cans of cherry tomatoes, the 4 cups of stock, and I'm also going to add that little bit extra, the 125 of water, just to compensate for the white wine that we didn't have. And then it says just to bring to the boil, reduce to low, cover with a lid and simmer for 20 minutes. Okay, so I'm just reading the recipe and it doesn't actually say when to put the sausages back in. So, I'm not exactly sure when to put them in. So I'm actually going to dump them in now. Oh, no, I might. Yeah, I'm just going to dump them in now and they can simmer in the pot with the sauce here. Okay, now I've just had this pot simmering for 20 minutes with the lid on. Now I am going to add my macaroni. So it calls for 1.5 cups of macaroni. So I've got this half cup here and I'm just going to try and get them in. There we go. Now I'm just going to give that a stir, get all the macaroni in there. Now I'm going to put the lid on for another 10 minutes and I'm going to give it a stir every couple of minutes and then it should be ready to try. Okay guys, so here is the Italian beef sausage macaroni. I did actually add another half cup of macaroni because I just felt it wasn't, it was a bit too saucy. So I added another half cup and that's been really good. So I'm not sure how I'm going to serve this. I think I'm just going to, so I'm not going to have it tonight. I'm probably just going to leave it in this pot and let it cool and then I'll put it in the fridge for us to eat later and then I might just pop it in the oven to reheat. The other thing I was thinking about maybe is putting it into an alfoil container, like a dish, and then that way I can just put it in the oven and cook it that way. So yeah, I actually might put it in the alfoil container so that I can reheat it that way. It might just be easier. Oh, and I'll put a little clip of my boys tasting this. One said he didn't like the tomato. He didn't actually have any of the tomato, but yes, I think this is delicious and this will definitely be making it into my recipes to grab for. Okay boys, I've got you in to taste test my sausage macaroni. So here you go, take a spoon. It might be a little bit hot, so just blow on it.
Not yet.
Okay, go. A bit hot. Okay. Stay here. Okay, what do you think? Does it taste good? Nice and tomatoey, and what do you think?
I don't really like the tomato.
Don't like the tomato? There was barely any in there. You like tomato sauce?
Yeah, it's sauce.
What did you think, Quinny?
It's good.
It's good? You like it?
I like the meat.
The meat, the sausage.
But I don't like it on the green stuff.
There was no green stuff in it. Okay, you say goodbye.
Goodbye, guys.
Subscribe to my mom's channel. It's the best. And leave a like and comment down below.
Thank you. Okay, see you. Okay guys, so we're back to our next recipe. So this one we're doing is the Curtis Stone's crispy pork stir fry. This one, it has actually the broccoli in it. However, I'm not going to be doing that just because this is kid friendly. So we'll probably add some steamed veggies on the night. But for this part, it's just going to be the pork, and it's going to be really quick. So I've already got my pan super hot, and I'm going to add a tablespoon also of, I've got olive oil. It does say vegetable oil, but I don't have that, so we're just going to go with olive oil. First up it says to do the baby broccoli, but I don't do that, so I am just going to go straight in with my garlic cloves. So I got, oh, see it nice and hot. We're going to use the rest of this garlic. Probably a little bit more than one. It says 3 teaspoons of peeled garlic. I don't have that. I've got this one in a thing, in a little squeezy bottle, so I'm just going to use a couple of squirts of that. And I'm just going to mix that around quickly. Woo! And now I am going to add my mince. So I've got 600 grams of pork mince, so I'm going to add that. I don't think, oh, get that thing off. And I just want to stir this around for a few minutes and just break it up. Okay, so I've just been cooking the pork on the high heat. It is cooked. So now it says just to spread it out in an even layer and just leave it for 3 minutes to get a little bit of crispiness on the bottom. So I'm just going to leave it and just see if we can crisp it up so we can get the crispy pork into it. While I'm waiting for that to cook, so the next step is to add the sauce. So in here I've got 1/4 cup of soy sauce, 1 teaspoon of corn flour, 1 teaspoon of white sugar, and 1/3 cup of water. So this is going to be the sauce, the soy sauce for the recipe. So yeah, once this is crisped up a little bit more, we're going to add this. So I've just whisked it all together, and I'm going to add this, and then I'm going to cook it around for about 30 seconds or so, and then this meal is done. So really quick and easy. Serve it with rice. I'm going to get the boys to have a taste test if they're around. If not, it'll be me. But yeah, so just leave this to cook for a little bit longer, and we'll see if we can get nice and crispy. Okay guys, so I've just let this sit for a little bit longer. The moisture's come out of it. It's gotten a little bit crispy, so you can see it's got a little bit browner on the underside. So that's going to give it the nice crispy texture. So now I am going to add my soy sauce mixture. And I'm just going to toss that around for a little bit. And you know what guys, that is it. Serve this with rice, served it with some steamed veggies, and that is done. Very easy, very quick. You want to make sure you're prepared for this because it does go quick. Okay guys, so I just had a bit of a taste test of the soy pork. Wasn't really that crispy. After I added the soy sauce mixture, it really just didn't hold up the crispiness. It will taste nice with rice and veggies. At the moment, just by itself, it's quite strong with that soy sauce flavor. I'm not sure if I'd put this in my regular rotation. It's okay, but not blow my socks off. So this is probably not something I make. I make a teriyaki beef one with just mince and teriyaki sauce, and I think I like that one better. So I don't think I'm going to put this in my recipe folder. but it's okay. It's quick, it's easy, you add it with rice, steamed veggies, and you're good to go. So yeah, this one, not a fan, it's okay. Okay, let's go on to the next one. The next one is the Anzac Day slice, Anzac slice. So that's our last recipe we're going to try for this week, and yeah, I'll see you there. Okay, so we've left the best for last. I'm not a great baker, but I'm going to try this chocolate caramel Anzac slice. This is from Better Homes and Gardens, May 2016. So yeah, I'm going to try this one. I have a whole, these are all my ingredients, I've got them all laid out. I have actually lined this tray, which I hope is going to be the right size, and I got the oven on at 160. So, first things first, we're going to add 3/4 cups of rolled oats. Okay, I don't have rolled oats, I've got quick oats. So, we're just going to have to do with them. Got 3/4 cup of those. Okay, now I need a 3/4 cup of plain flour. There we go. The oats, flour, and sugar and coconut. So I need 1/2 cup of dark brown sugar. I haven't got dark brown, I've just got brown. So we're just going to go with the brown sugar, and it says family packed, so that's pretty good. 1/2 cup of that, and then another 1/2 cup of coconut. So I've got shredded coconut here. I'm just going to grab 1/2 cup of that. There we go. So this must be the base of the slice. So combine them, make a well in the center, and set aside. Okay. I'm going to give this a bit of a stir. Get it all combined. And then I'm going to guess we're going to put some butter with this and make a bit of a nice crumbly base. Just to break up that brown sugar and make sure it's all combined with the other ingredients. Okay, so there is my dry ingredients all mixed together. Okay, so next I'm going to get my butter. So it is 75 grams of unsalted butter and golden syrup. So that is 1 tablespoon of golden syrup in a small saucepan over a low heat. Cook stirring for 3 minutes or until melted. Stir in bicarb and boiling water, then remove from heat. Okay, let's go over to the stove again. Okay, so I've got my butter, 75 grams of butter, my tablespoon of golden syrup, and I'm just melting this down slowly over a low heat. Just to give it a stir every now and then, just to make sure it doesn't burn. Plus I've got some on the spoon still. So I can see it's starting to bubble just around the side for now. Okay, so that's starting to come to a simmer. I'm going to add my 1/2 teaspoon of bicarb if it's not all clumpy. There's 1/2 teaspoon of bicarb and a tablespoon of boiling water. And I'm just going to give that a stir. And it says to remove from the heat. So there is, almost looks like it's trying to make honeycomb. Smells delicious though. So that is it all foamed up from the bicarb. So looking really delicious. Okay, so I've just got a well in the center of my dry oat mixture here, and I'm just going to pour the wet mixture into the middle of that well, and then I'm going to slowly combine this together. So it's going to be quite crumbly, so we'll see how we go and mix all that together. It smells very much like an Anzac biscuit, and if you're not from Australia and haven't tried an Anzac biscuit, you're missing out. Okay, so now that we got that, so that's my crumbly mixture. It's all kind of buttery and crumbly. We're going to add that to the base of our dish that we've lined, and just put it right into the bottom. So we want to make sure that this fills all the way to the bottom, and just use the back of your spoon to push it all down. Okay. So now it says to bake this for 20 minutes in the 160-degree oven, and then let it cool for 5. So I'm going to throw this in, and then we'll start making the caramel filling. Okay guys, as you can see over here, I've just taken the base out of the oven, and I'm just sitting it there to cool while I go on to the caramel. So here we go. We've got in here, we've got 50 grams of butter and was it a 1/4 cup of golden syrup, and I'm just going to get this up to a boil and then cook it for a minute. Then we're going to add the rest of our ingredients. So I'm just going to get this going. So this one's over a high heat, so we're going to have to work quickly. So we've got our butter and caramel in there. Okay, now I'm just going to bring this down to a medium heat, and I'm going to add my condensed milk. So this is going to happen pretty quick. This is to a good spot now. I'm going to add my condensed milk and then stir this for about 4 minutes. To make sure it doesn't boil. Burn, sorry, not boil. There is my can of condensed milk. I'm going to make sure I keep stirring this until it gets all combined. Okay, so I think this is starting to get to a good place. You can see it's getting a little bit thicker. So now I'm going to add it to my base. There we go. Just going to add my caramel to my base. I'm just going to spread this out over the base. Oh my god, I just had to taste that caramel and it's delicious. Just a reminder, this is not keto. Okay, so now that I've got that on there, what we're doing is baking for 10 minutes or until the caramel is bubbling and light golden. Then we need to set that aside for another 30 minutes. So I'm going to put this in the oven. It's still at 160 for 10 minutes. Okay guys, so here is the slice with the caramel layer that has just come out of the oven. As you can see, it's nice and bubbly and golden. So now we need to leave this to set for 30 minutes before we do anything else. The last thing to do is to put the layer of chocolate over the top of it, but we need to let the caramel kind of set down a little bit, and then we'll put the chocolate layer on. So basically we're just going to melt the chocolate. I'll probably do it in the microwave, it's the easiest, and then just pour the chocolate over the top, and then you set it in the fridge. It says 6 hours or overnight. We'll see how we go, but yeah, that is this done, and I'll tell you how it is. I'll probably do that in the comments, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be awesome. So that is the last one for today. Okay guys, so I have let my caramel slice sit for, it's probably only been about 10 minutes. I can't wait the whole half hour because I've got other stuff to do. So I've just melted my chocolate. I've actually got 290 grams of dark chocolate buttons that I melted in the microwave. Just put it in there I actually put it in there for about 45 minutes to start off with, then gave it a stir, and then another 30 seconds I think it was. And this is the consistency. So nicely melted, not burnt. Make sure you look after it, you don't want to burn it. So now I'm just going to pour it over the top, and then that's ready to set in the fridge for at least 6 hours, if not overnight, and then you can cut it up and serve. So I'm going to put the chocolate on now. Okay guys, so that's it. There are my 4 recipes. 2 are going to the recipe folder and 2 are not. So the ones that are going are this slice and also the sausage macaroni. Those 2 are going in, the other 2 are going in the bin. They weren't bad, it's just they weren't absolutely brilliant. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. I'm going to do more of these videos to get through all of my magazine pages that I have in my cupboard. If you'd like to get notified when they come up, hit that little bell button as well. And yeah, I'm done. I'm ready to go and eat some caramel slice, even though it's not keto. So I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you in the comments. Bye.